Hi everybody, this is Tech Teacher Beckel, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to do the abstract lines in Inkscape. So for today's project, what we're going to be making is this abstract line design. We will be doing this in Inkscape. As you can see, it's just kind of like a wavy line that kind of overlaps each other. But this is what we are going to be creating. All right, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to use, I'm going to go over some of the quick tools really quickly that we're going to be using today. The first one is going to be this one right here, which is called the Bezier Pen. It's basically used to draw some straight or curved lines, and that's the one we will be using. And we'll be using some other tools as well. Probably be using this button here, Edit Paths, your Select tool as well. Not too many more though. We'll show you some others as we go along. But the first thing we'll do is we're going to go ahead and click on this Bezier pen. And I'm going to draw a line that kind of looks like this. First, just draw kind of a line there. Click again. And I want to double click there to kind of finish that shape off. That didn't quite work the way I wanted to, so I'm going to try that again. I want this to be one continuous line. So what you want is something that looks like that right there. Okay, this is basically kind of a two-sided, a diagonal or angle. And then we're going to do some changes to that. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and click on the Select tool. And actually we're going to click on the Edit Paths by Nodes, which is right below the Select tool. And you'll see that you'll get these three little buttons on here. I can zoom in so you guys can see them a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and click on this middle button. And then up here on top I have some tools for this. The one I want to select is this one right here, what says Make Select Nodes Auto Smooth. So go ahead and click that. And you'll see that it kind of curves the edges a little bit. I'm going to smooth these out a little bit, kind of make it more round on the edges. If I pull these little handles out, it'll make them a little more curved, and that looks pretty good right there. Okay. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click the Select arrow again. I'm going to right click on my shape and I'm going to duplicate it. You could also use Control D on your keyboards if you want. Then I'm going to take the one I duplicated, I'm going to slide it over to this edge of the border, page border. So now I have those two like so. And then I still should have my Select arrow selected. If you don't, go ahead and select click that Select arrow. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a box around both shapes. So I'm going to kind of stretch this box out, left click on, and then stretch down. So I have both shapes selected. Then I'm going to go up here to Path, and I'm going to choose Combine. And that basically makes those two shapes into one. All right, so then, let me zoom out a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to Path, and down here on the bottom you want to find Path Effects. So there's Path Effects right there. Go ahead and click on that, and that will open up this menu over here on the right. Then on the bottom of Path Effects you'll see this little plus. So I'm going to add a Path Effect. Now yours might look like this, or it might look a little bit different. It might look like an old-fashioned type menu. If you don't have the updated version, we might have to update it on your computers. But the thing you're going to be looking for here, so I'm going to scroll down here, is I want the one that's called Stitch Subpath. You should be able to find it. It's probably down on the bottom somewhere. Go ahead and click that, and you'll add those subpaths. So basically what it does is just add some lines going from one to the other. And right now they're set at 5, and you can see the number of paths right here. And we're going to change the number of paths to 30. Go ahead and type in 30, click enter, and it should look something like that. So then what we'll do is we're going to click this button, which is the stitch subpad, edit on canvas button. So we're going to go ahead and click that. Now, if you have the updated version, you're going to get this little dot. It should be up here in the top left-hand corner of the page border here. If you have the older version, you might get a green line going across from this point to this point. It's basically what we're going to get here anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this dot with my edit nodes. I want to stretch this green line out from one side to the other like so. Then, if you have that green line already, all you need to do is we're going to go somewhere in the middle here, not on the ends, but somewhere in the middle. I'm going to take that green line, I'm just going to bend it down. When you bend it down, you might get these handles. If you didn't get the handles, then what you'll do is all you have to do is click on one of the ends and those handles will appear like so. Okay, so then what we're going to do is I'm going to take this handle here, I'm going to stretch it down this direction here. I'll move this up a little bit so I can see. Then I'm going to take this handle, I'm going to stretch this one out this direction. So basically what I want to do is I want to get this kind of like wavy looking overlapping shape. That's the shape that we're going to try to go for there. So then we can go ahead and click off of that. I want to select the shape. If you didn't do that, click the select arrow, go ahead and click on the shape. We're going to go up to path. We want to choose object to path. And then we're going to go to path again and select stroke to path. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and choose a color. You can pick any color you want down here on the color palette down here on the bottom. And I'm just going to go ahead and pick this nice bright pink one. Maybe we'll use the dark purple this time. And basically that is it. So now what we can do is go ahead and save it. We're just going to go to File, click Save or Save As. And we want to make sure that we call it something that we know what it is. In this case, we're going to do lines. And then you can go ahead and save it in your documents, or you could save it in basically just your download, someplace where you'll know where to get to it. I'm going to create a folder here for my Inkscape. And go ahead and put that in there. Whoops. Open that up, and then I'm going to save it as lines. And there you go. And that's basically all you need to do. Then we can go ahead and turn that into Google Classroom, and that one is complete. We will be doing some more of these. The next ones we're going to be working on will probably be the cube, and there'll be a video for that one as well.